we're up to the 10th Doctor now. So this is everything to play for, right? This is something that I think most people can relate to. Don't turn your back. Don't look away. Tom Spilbury has the results of the 10th Doctor storybook. Wow. So look at. Let's go. Let me make this a little bit. No. Come back here. Page overview. So into it. Blink. Blink has remained number one constantly, right? Do you think Blink's the best story? I think it's clever, but I don't think it's the best 10th Doctor story that they did on TV, right? I really don't. I don't know. I mean, like, again, I like it a lot. The Weeping Angels are good, but there's a lot more that were better. Okay, I think, fine. The second one, Human Nature, Family of Blood, I think is better, and I don't like Paul Cornell at all, right? I think it's significantly better. But the first two stories are essentially not featuring the 10th Doctor. That's not a good sign. Silence in the Library, Forest of Blood, Forest of the Dead. Is that a good 10th Doctor? That is, I mean, it's a very good 10th Doctor story. Wouldn't be my all the way up there. Midnight I like a lot, but again, that's more of a curio episode, as is Turn Left. It's another story without the bloody Doctor. Waters of Mars. Would I put it there? Yeah, no, I think that should. Although I prefer a lot of the specials above that. I like the Next Doctor way better than that. Go on the Fireplace. That's good for the first half hour. The last 15 minutes, it just kind of treads water. Stolen Earth, Journey's End. I will put that higher up as well. It's really falling down. It was number 5. Now it's number 8. Impossible Planet, Satan Pit. Okay, I think that's better than all the other stories so far. In terms of a 10th Doctor story, that's fantastic, right? They show up, you meet the Ood, I love. It's the base Under Siege. It was the 10th Doctor doing a great base Under Siege, fantastic alien-esque, ending where they're going through the ducts. I love that story, right? I love the woman. Who was, and the mystery of the planet's being held into place. That is, I will put, yes, I'm putting that above all the others so far. School Reunion, I'll put that above that. It's another great story. Utopia, Sound of Drums, Last of the Time Lords. I would, that's below Satan Pit for me, right? But it's not bad. Army of Ghosts, Doomsday, yeah, about right, number 12. Fires of Pompeii, I think it was a good story. End of Time, yeah. That's a 2-parter though. They should put parts 1 and 2. Again, that's not that. I will put that in the mid-range. Man, it's hard to do a 10th Doctor listing of the best story. I think we might have to try and work it out for ourselves. Okay, 1 second. Let's just start. Let me pull up a pad. Hang on. I can't find where. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Doink. New. Fine. So here, let me just start again. Blink. I'm going to put Blink's number 1, but I'm going to put Human Nature, Family of Blood above that. Human Nature, Family of Blood goes above that. Now, Silence in the Library. That goes above Blink as well. I'm sorry. That's in the Library. Forest of the Dead. Midnight goes below Blink, I would say, even though I like Midnight a lot. Because again, I find that one like a curio one, along with Turn Left. Turn Left I'll put underneath Midnight. Turn Left. Then we got Waters of Mars. I would put that above Blink. Because again, I don't feel like Blink is a real Doctor Who's, especially a 10th Doctor story of Mars. And what do I think was better? Water on Mars and Silence in the Library for yeah, that's right. Okay, so I've got that as number 3. Go on the Fireplace. Where would I put that? Above or below Blink, right? I think above Turn Left, below Midnight. Go in the Fireplace. Sword on Earth, Journey's End. And that one gave me a lot of feels. I like that one a lot. Yeah, above or below Blink. Blink is really an integral one, isn't it? Well, above or below Blink. I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it above Blink, below Waters of Mars. Stolen. It was a little bit too overbloated. Stolen Earth. Where are we up to? Jonah's End. But the Satan Pit. See, I feel that's like a real story, right? That's going now. Do I put that? Yeah, that's going. I think I'm putting that below Human Nature, Family of Blood, but above Silence in the Library. Yeah, I really like that one. Impossible Planet, Satan Pit. I mean, it loses point for the monster at the end being a bit naff. Like, it's a big monster. Utopia Shadow John's Last of the Silent Time Lords. Oh, one of those, another bloated season finale. I'm going to put that. I'm going to put that quite low down, actually. It's below Go on the Fireplace. So, Utopia, Sound of. See, I like the stories to be like real meaty story, but not too overblown, it's season finale ones. Last of the Time Lords. Army of Ghosts Doomsday. Yeah, I think it also has the same. Yeah, I'm going to put that. Army of Ghosts Doomsday. That's above Turn Left. Right, so right now I've got Turn Left at the bottom. But Fires of Pompeii. That's a great little story. I'm going to put that after Silence in the Library and before Waters of Mars. Fires of Pompeii. Nice little appearance from what's her name? Amy Pond. Bloody hell! Now I've just totally blanked on her name. Oh, I'm looking at her action figure. Karen Gillan. Oh, thank God for that. Fine. Partners in Crime. Another excellent one. Right. I'm going to put that one before or after Stolen Earth and above. Yeah, I'm going to put that. Yeah, just after Stolen Earth, above Blink. Partners in Crime. Man, my list does not reflect fandom at all. End of Time. That was a bit naff. That's going at the end right now. End of Time. That was his last one, right? The End of Time. Smith and Jones. Oh, that's another quite good one. I'm going to put that one. What do I prefer? Go on the Fireplace. I'm going to put that before Go on the Fireplace. Right, so Smith and Jones. Was it Smith and Jones? That was 16, 20, 16. Okay, in 2009 it was 16. In 2014 it was 20, and then it went up to 15 again. So the Christmas Invasion I didn't like much because there wasn't much Doctor in it, frankly. Right? We could have used quite a lot more Doctor in that. Where would I put that? I'm going to put that at the bottom. Christmas Invasion. Wow. Okay, that's the Planet of the Ood. Yeah, that wasn't that great. That was a bit disappointing. Do I prefer it to? I'm going to put that right above Christmas Invasion. Planet of the Ood. Sadly, it didn't live up to its hype, right? Sadly. It's going to, correct that to COD instead of Planet of the Cod. Gridlock. Okay, I freaking love Gridlock. It's probably one of my favorite stories. Do I prefer it? Yeah. I'm putting this way up the top. I don't know. Do I put it in the first, second, or third slot? That's the question. I love Gridlock. Right? I think it's a great showcase for the 10th Doctor as well. Yeah, I'm going to put that at the top. Man, Mike. Okay. Yeah, that's Unicorn and a Wasp. That goes down quite a bit. Now, where would I put that? That's below Go on the Fireplace and above Utopia Sound of Drums, Last of the Time War. Unicorn and the Wasp. Runaway Bride was gone up for 5 spots. Ooh, I like the Runaway Bride a lot. Right, I think that's one of the more successful specials. Let me think. I mean, you had that incredible TARDIS chase, right? That was wonderful. I really like that TARDIS chase. Yeah, that was great. Let me think. And I like the villain at the end, the Rachnos. I liked all of it, actually. Runaway Bride, I think, yeah, because it was so much better than Christmas Invasion. So I'm going to put that After Fires of Pompeii. Runaway Bride. Before Waters of Mars. Rise of Cybermen, Age of Steel. Yeah, that goes down the bottom. Before or after Christmas Invasion? I think after. Just a bit disappointing. Rise, or I mean, you could tell the bits that Rusty Davis wrote, right? And the bits that Tom McRae wrote, which were markedly less good. Age of Steel. I like the Zeppelins, though. Voyage of the Damned. I like, man, that's way down there. I'm surprised. So Voyage of the Damned, I'll put that's another great special. Where would I put that? That goes, I think, around after Waters of Mars or after Stolen Earth. I think after Waters of Mars. That's Voyage of the Dam. Where are we up to? Tooth and Claw's great. What's that doing all the way at the bottom? Man, I mean, it's climbing up. It was 25, then 27. It was 13, then 16, then 24. That is falling. That's really falling. Tooth and Claw is great. I think I'm putting that above Fires of Pompeii, below Silence and Library. Tooth and Claw. Fine. Let's have a look. What's next? Sontaran Strand and Poison Sky. I thought that was a weaker one. Gonna put that again. You know what I hated about that, right? The fact that the unit troops, the way they defeated them was making that their guns couldn't fire. That's boring. Excuse me. You want the guns firing but bouncing off them, right? That is boring. So I'm gonna put that after Planet U, before Christmas Invasion. Sontaran. I also didn't like the Sontaran redesign, frankly. I thought the Jodie Whittaker ones were stronger. Stratagem. Poison Sky. Poison Sky. I like the evil Satnab. I thought that was kind of good. How do you spell stratagem? Oh, it made it strat. Here. Stratagem. There you go. What's next? Shakespeare Code's awesome. I mean, Shakespeare Code is one of the best historical stories that 10th Doctor did. He gave you a real understanding of Shakespeare, right? I like they had kind of like Shakespeare, like, shut your big fat mouth. That was great. That's pretty darn high up for me. I think that's above Tooth and Claw. Shakespeare Code. Shakespeare Code. And again, I feel they like really had worked out what they're doing there by the time we're in with the Donna stories. The Next Doctor, that's way down low. 24, it's now 27. Where would I put that? because that's probably my favorite special. Yeah, so it's kind of silly, but I like the Cybermen in it. What manner of man are these Cybermen? She was great as a villain, right? And yeah, you got the giant cyber robot at the end. It was a bit stupid, but it was fun. It was meant for Christmas Day, right? It was frothy Christmas Day fare, and I think that's better than man. I still got Gridlock at the top. I think I think I'm still with there. So next Doctor. Oh, where am I going to put that? I think before Runaway Bride, after Fires of Pompeii, the next Doctor. I thought he was great as well. Doctor's Daughter, that's further down. I would say that's after. That's before Planet Ood, after End of Time. The Doctor's Daughter. New Earth. See, I find that a very, 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 very traditional, typical 10th Doctor story. I think that's very indicative of the 10th Doctor. Right? So, I think after Shakespeare Code and before Tooth and Claw, New Earth. Daleks in Manhattan, Evolution of the Daleks. A lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff in that. I mean, the Art Deco and the Daleks really work, right? The gangster Dalek, not so much, especially as he was spoiled by the Radio Times. Oh, where am I going to put that one? I think that's above Stolen Earth, Journey's End. Is it? Yeah, go on, be nice. So Daleks in Manhattan. Evolution of the Daleks. Here's the Revolution of the Dalek. God, 42, which I actually quite liked, even though it's a Chris Chibnall episode. I guess, Rusty Davis tightened that up. 42, I would put. I'm pretty high up, actually. I mean, Martha's great in that one. There's that great scene where she's like, on this like escape pod or something, and she's like, this is floating away, right? That was really good. So I'm going to put that. And was it Free Management just looks gorgeous in it. So I'm putting that, after Tooth and Claw. Planet of the Dead, that's probably one of the weakest of the specials. I'll put that around. I mean, did you like Lee Evans or not as a unit? I kind of did like him. Again, it was more of a, it was a normie, frothy, big entertainment. Planet of the Dead. So I'm putting that after Daleks in Manhattan. Planet of the Dead. Idiot's Lantern. Man, that is so low down, and that's a great little story. I don't know why that's so low down. That's crazy. I'm putting it way higher up. I will put that after Tooth and Claw, before 42. The Idiot's Lantern. Where are we up to? Love and Monsters, languishing at the bottom, as it always has been, right? You've always liked that story, right? Love and Monsters, where would I put that? But again, it's a Dr. Light story, but I really enjoy it, right? I really enjoy that story. Maybe somewhere in the middle. I think above Daleks in Manhattan, below Voyage of the Damned. Love and Monsters. Yeah, I don't. Again, it's like the musical episode of Star Trek. When you have a functional season, you can do fun little stories like that, and even still people hate it. Lazarus Experiment, I'm putting at the bottom. Yeah, Berryman at the bottom, and Fear Her underneath there. Fine. So we need to agree about the bottom. I'll say here, this is my list. Share screen. So number one, Gridlock. Yeah, unashamedly, I love Gridlock. Right? I think that Human Nature, Family of Blood, Impossible Planet, Satan Pit, Silence and Ivy, Forest of the Dead, Shakespeare Code, New Earth, Tooth and Claw, Idiot's Land in 42, fires upon. Yeah, this is all right. I agree with all of this, right? Roger Down, Love of Monsters, Dalek. Yeah, Dalek and Manhattan. That should be about the middle of the list. That's right. Planet of Dead, Stolen Earth, Partners in Crime, Blink's languishing down there now. But again, I think that's the right spot for it, right? It was a Doctor Light episode. Very clever one, right? Very clever. But that's Battery said 42 was a complete Rusty Davis rewrite. Probably. P.D. Rich is here, and his foot hurts. I'm very sorry to hear that, P.D. Rich. I hope your foot feels better momentarily, right? Momentarily. Well, that's it. Blink, Midnight. Love Midnight. Right. But again, I think all those other stories were better. Midnight's just excellent. Smith and Jones, Girl in the Fireplace, Unicorn and the Wasp, Utopia, Sound of Drums, Last of the Time Lords, Army of Ghosts, Doomsday, Turn Left, End of Time, Doctor's Daughter, Planet the Youth, Sontaran Strategy, Poison Sky, Christmas Invasion, Age of Steel, and Lazarus Smith. Yeah, okay. I think I would stand by that, right? I think I would stand by that. Fine. Let's have a look at the commentary about it. We got 2 pages of commentary. There we go. Yeah, that's everything what they got to say. Yeah, they got they improved the Santa robots in the second on the Runaway Bride. Although I kind of preferred them in the first one. The 10th Doctor and the 11th Doctor are under the spotlight this issue as the 60th anniversary poll continues. To recap, over the past few months, we've been asking you to give a mark out of 10 for all 300 Doctor Who stories, and then we're just arranging it so Jodie Whittaker won't be horribly embarrassed. She'll find a way. Don't worry. Of all 300 Doctor Who TV adventures, so we can discover your favorite stories in the show's entire history. Each Doctor's top 3 will be put forward to the final stage of voting again. So, Jodie Whittaker will have a look in. Frankly, I mean, Colin Baker will be lucky to get a look in the without that as well. What's that say? Have you missed out school reunion? Oh, did I? 1 second. I did. I missed that school reunion. Wait. Hold the front. Hold the front page. So where school reunion should be well up there. How did I miss that school reunion? Fine. It's above the New Earth. Is above New Earth. Shakespeare Code. It's about it's around here. Right? I think after Shakespeare Code. School reunion. Which it was freaking awesome. I mean, that was, yeah, perfect. Have you got any boozle stop at hurting? Yes, I do. You can just smell some. I'll do the trick. At the top, I mean, that's pretty close to the top. Come on, right? I just like gridlock. I know that's an unpopular opinion. 1 second. Okay, let's go back to wrong thing. I'm still in shock. That bloke was the nutball bloke, Steve. Oh my god. Each Doctor's top 3 will then go for the overall crown winner at the end of the year. Because we previously do a scoring system for our series-wide surveys in 98, 2009, and 2014, as well as our recent season survey, we can compare the previous results with our latest polls, and you can see there have been a few changes, especially with this one. At the moment, the 10th Doctor chart, we find 2007 Blink, famously introduced in The Weeping Angels, has been held as the 10th Doctor best episode ever. Not even close. Not even close for me. Really, genuinely, not even close. It's held the 10th best ever, which is ironic, perhaps, given the episode in which David Tennant only appears fleetingly. I think that's why people liked it, right? It was the genius of having him appear as in that one sequence, like the DVD extras, right? I mean, it was just, and you don't really see that anymore. That really was genius, right? And it's so of its time. It's so much fun. It never, come back. It never quite topped the charts overall, just losing out to The Case of Androzani in 2009 and The Day of the Doctor in 2014. I agree with both that, right? Could 2023 be the year Blink finally takes the crown? No. The rest of the top three is made of the two-parters, Human Nature, Family of Blood. Good choice, right? Good choice. And Silence of the Library, Forest of the Dead, okay choice. While the former is used to playing bridesmaid to Blink, its fate since the 2007 survey. The latter comes from the Tennant's third and final season, 2008. In that year's season, the Library Tale was beaten to the top spot by Stolen Earth. You think, well, I can understand that. I mean, like it was those, especially at the time, right? If you're looking at in the moment, those big season finales are very crowd pleasing. But the blockbuster finale now sits at the fourth most popular story from that year, with Turn Left and Midnight also striding ahead of it. Midnight's great. Midnight is really, really freaking incredible. It's not that, and it's I think one of the scariest monsters I've ever seen. It's not that the Stolen Earth then has radically declined in popularity. It's simply that the other stories have become more highly regarded as the years have gone by. Well, that's how you really find a pedigree, right? I mean, look, people hated Deadly Assassin at the time, didn't they? Midnight is the perfect example of a story gradually turning into a bona fide classic. It is a classic. I agree with you. I do agree with you. But most of okay, let's go back to my list for a second. When do they stop being classics? All right, let's have a look. So I would say Gridlock's a classic, Human Nature, Family, Blood, Impossible Planet, Salem Plit, Silence in the Library, Forest of the Dead, Shakespeare Code, School Reunion, New Earth, Tooth and Claw, Idiot's Lantern. Okay, I would say if we're doing like real old school classic, I would say these ones here. New Earth, Tooth and Claw, Idiot's Lantern, Fires of Pompeii, Next Doctor, Runaway Bride, Waters of Mars, Voyager Dam, Love and Monsters. Yeah, none of these are classics, right? I mean, they're good, they're fun, but they're not classic. It's not like Robots of Death, or was it Pyramids of Mars, right? I mean, that's the archetypal classic. What else we got? Now now this series episode is up to the fourth place in the process, making it the top story on the list, to be written by showrunner Rusty Davis. That's interesting. Rusty Davis is also the writer of a couple of stories that have seen a spike in popularity. Christmas Special Runaway Bride was rated relatively low, 26 in 2009, 2014, but now jumps 5 low. Again, I think we're looking in hindsight, right? It's good to not look at it like just in the moment, right? So I understand why that's grown in popularity. That episode of Partners in Crime, Runaway Bride, a few other things that go on with Partners in Crime, the story that reintroduced her. That story was ranked at the lowly 22nd place 2009, but by the time of 2014, it rose to the 18th spot, and now it's at the 14th. Much higher than the same year's Planet the Ood, Sontaran Stratton, Poison Sky, and Unicorn Wasp, all of which have lagged behind. Well, again, we're seeing taste settle, right? Let's see how they're going to rate the top three stories. A whole new generation fell in love with Doctor Who during the 10th Doctor era. Yes, they did. Right? The 10th Doctor is the fourth Doctor for a lot of people, because it's the one you love your first Doctor the most, right? You always will. 10th Doctor era, securing the show's position from the for years to come. The arrival of the 9th Doctor was a big success with the 10th Doctor, but the 10th Doctor then built on that with a run of white. That's the cat knocking his bowl downstairs by mistake. But if the 10th item built on that with a wider run of deeper, sometimes much stranger stories, the enthusiasm would have soon fizzled out. Yeah, no, it built on that because you had a far more sexy and relatable David Tennant. Like everybody was turned on by David Tennant, right? And they weren't by Christopher Eccleston, right? They liked Eccleston, but Eccleston didn't really know what he's doing with the role until he got like towards the end of the season, and by that time he'd already quit. Silence Library Forest is Dead is one of those strange stories that set in a library of living minds menaced by flesh-eating shadows. But the skeletons and spacesuits are pure nightmare fuel. Moffat is just great at coming up with scary baddies, right? The Weeping Angels and the Vash and the Rada. I mean, just the skeleton in the spacesuit is great, right? It really is good. There's somebody like who went on to be insanely famous. Is that Tallulah Riley? Not insanely famous, insanely hot. wait, let's have a look for a sec. Hang on. It's Silence in the Library. In the library, Forest of the Dead cast. Miss Evangelista. Steve Pemberton, I forgot he was in it. Even Newton, who's that? Yeah, why don't we see if IMDb will do the trick, which they never do. Right, IMDb are always freaking useless. Tallulah Riley, it is Tallulah Riley, Miss Evangelista. So Tallulah Riley married Elon Musk, and let's see. And was insanely hot in Westworld, right? Is there anyone I can get here? Are there any Westworld shots? Well, firstly, Centrinians. You basically put anybody in schoolgirl uniforms and stockings and suspenders. I'm on board, right? I'm on board. But there's no like Westworld shots of her looking like, again, here. Tallulah Riley, Westworld. Yeah, I mean, come on, excuse me. Yeah, and the first role which she played was like this host when you arrive and you're picking out your outfit, and she was like, "I can help you pick an outfit, but we can just bang each other as well." I'm like, okay, right, okay, that's fine by me. I'm on board. Fine. So where are we up to? But what really pushes the story into the top three is River Song, Alex Kingston. You are right? I mean, that was really a clever idea of her being ahead of the Doctor. And also I have to tell you, her interplay with David Tennant was really excellent. They did a box set of River Song with David Tennant and Big Finish, which was very good, right? I could really go for more River Song in the 10th Doctor. Where are we up to? Her relationship with the Doctor crackles. Her relationship with the Doctor crackles with energy from the very start. And with so many hints and spoilers, we were always going to want more River. Well, not anymore, right? This was her last box set, Big Finish, and we're like, thank God, leave me alone. You can watch Human Nature, Family of Blood over and over again and see something different each time, as it explores the question: what if the Doctor were human, with skillful dual performances from David Tennant, the heartbreaking romance between John Smith and Joan Redfern? Yeah, I really wish Big Finish would do an adaptation with the Sylvester McCoy version. Right, it was so sweet when he was falling in love. Right, as the human version. It really is. Excellent. Fine. General Jessica Hines almost overshadows the alien peril. Yeah, but then you got, what's his name in it, who's freaking excellent. Hang on. Human Nature, Family of Blood. Wikipedia. what's the name of the person in it? Pip Torrens is always great, right? When you see Pip Torrens in anything, he's great. Harry Lloyd. Yeah, Harry Lloyd's awesome. What's he been? I haven't seen him in anything since Brave New World. Arcane, Brave New World. Okay, Brave New World is excellent. Problem being hates it, right? I really thought it was great. Yeah, so fantastic. Oh, Dan, how you doing, Dan? Thank you for stopping by. What are we up to? 5. Yeah, so you got Harry Lloyd in it. This is one that particularly rich, sophisticated slice of Doctor Who. Yes, I agree. Wait, I'm skipped a bit. How many first-time viewers saw the ground being laid for the Master Return in this season? In this season finale via the identity-concealing chameleon arch. I think where we saw what's his name. I mean, Derek Jacobi. Reasonably, it's reasonably probable. The one with the angels in the spooky house is fondly remembered by non-fans. It's arguably one of the. I mean, it's up there with like the one with the maggots, isn't it? For Green Dead, like people love it, right? People absolutely love it. The one with the angels in the spooky house, as it is fondly remembered by non-fans, is arguably one of the most tightly focus of Stephen Moffat's timey-wimey tales. Yeah, but I do think that introducing the phrase timey-wimey was ultimately not helpful for Doctor Who, right? Wasn't his greatest moment. Was it elegant structure, first-class performances, and clever use of time travel as the drive. I mean, also they had the who was it? I can't remember the name of the actress, but she went on to be huge as well. Second, what's the name of the black Blink? Hang on. Doctor Who Blink. Like she's way too big to be in Doctor Who now. Sari Spalla. Carrie Mulligan, right? She's just had a huge career, right? Absolutely huge career. So yeah, listen, I mean, look, this is when Doctor Who was really, in its prime, right? It was just knocking out its park with everything. Even though Doctor's hardly in it. And it's interesting thing, and the interesting thing about the top 3 stories, they're all in their own way untypical Doctor Who adventures, which is why they did that. My list was so different. Fans often accused of not liking change, but the result, I don't think that's true. I mean, some fans, it depends on the change. If it's a good change, we like it. If it's a bad change, we don't. Fans also are not liking change, but the results here show that when it's done with skill, love, and intelligence, we adore it. Yes, well, yeah, that's kind of like the mirror image of Jodie Whittaker. When our favorite series surprises us. Yes, because as long as it stays in the essence of the favorite series. What happened there? I'll go to page view. Let's have a look at the bottom 3. Last but not least, well, they kind of are. Fear Her achieved the lowest score in our poll of the 10th Doctor story. The episode sees the world under threat from a misunderstood space jellyfish. That in itself wasn't bad. It was like the child actor wasn't that good, and it felt like kind of weird and uncomfortable having it be about child abuse, right? Having a bit like she's being beaten by a father, right? But that's like the scribble monster was good, right? I mean that all really worked. Key moments in the hands of its least experienced performers, but despite the literal cartoonish trappings of the story about loneliness and the domestic abuse, I don't think this is where Doctor Who could really go comfortably. Many people have genuine monsters to deal with. For them, young Chloe Webber's terror will be gut-wrenchingly familiar. Yeah, again, but there's what to be said. Doctor Who should be more about escapism, no? Doctor Who, especially if it makes young viewers feel a little bit less alone. Listen, one of the biggest and most stupid things that we've done in modern society is to say adversity is a bad thing, right? Adversity is an unpleasant thing. Adversity, generally speaking, makes you better, right? It makes you a better person. And it's like terror running from it and like labeling it as the most terrible thing possible. No. You know, it's a mistake, right? Adversity is a conduit for personal growth, right? Running from it is a massive mistake, right? An absolutely massive mistake. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.